Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 514th Brotherhood battle that I've put onto YouTube. Now, this is a very, very rare 4v4 large barbarian invasion battle. When was the last time you've seen a 4v4 large barbarian invasion battle on YouTube? Very, very rare. And just to let you know that the rules that we play on here are just the same as the 31k rules on RTW, except for one exception, and that is that on here we allow non-Rome factions 7 cavalry max. Rome factions are still have got 6 cavalry max, but non-Rome factions have got 7 cavalry max. We play for 30k. We find that 30k tends to bring good balanced armies on barbarian invasion, so that's why we've found 31k to be good. As you can see, this is fought on a Germanic forest map. If you bring barbarian factions, you get the snow, the winter bonus, and the woods bonus if you want to fight in the woods with your barbarian troops. Okay, and there's several barbarian factions in BI I like to host on this map in the winter scenario. Okay, our first teammate is core founder and leader First Prime. Okay, he's the core leader, and First Prime has got the Alemanni faction. He's got 6 Burgundian Lancers, 7 chosen Axemen, 3 Berserkers, and 4 Lombard Archers. Okay, so that's his Alemanni army. We'll have a closer look at the units. So there's his Lombard Berserkers, and they bring a big fear factor, big attacking specifications, and as I say, can be quite devastating on the battlefield there, with their fear factor taking away the morale of enemy troops. Then he's got his effective against armor axemen. Now these can cut wide swathes through heavily armored troops like Roman troops, so they're very good, very handy to have. Now you've got 2 choices of archers. You've got the short range armored archers. Of course, armored would give them more defense, or you've got the long range archers, which are these Lombard archers with no armor, so of course less defense. So you have to choose which archer suits you best. So I think that's pretty good Alemanni army. Quick look at the cavalry they got. Now he's got Burgundian Lancers. Now you've got a choice of barbarian noble cavalry or these Burgundian Lancers. Okay, these are fast moving troops. I think with gold on, it gives them a 21 defense, where the barbarian noble troops, I think they get 25 or 26 defense with gold defense on. But he decided to go for these Burgundian Lancers. As I say, fast moving heavy cavalry, and it'll be interesting to see how well he does with them during the course of the battle. But as I say, you've got 2 choices there. You've got the noble cavalry or these Burgundian Lancers. So I think that's a pretty good Alemanni army there. Okay, our next teammate is RTW player AM Nestos, who has bought the Vandals faction. Now AM Nestos has got 7 archers, just 6 infantry, and 5 cavalry lancers. Okay, now these archers here, these step horde chosen infantry here, okay, they're pretty good. They're warriors there, step horde chosen warriors. They're pretty good, and I see that he's got fully upgraded upgrades on these units. So he's got 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see how well these do. Okay, they're cavalry there. I see that he's gone for the step lancers, which are light cavalry, so they're fast moving, but I say they're only light cavalry, so I shouldn't think you want to keep them in melee too long, because obviously light cavalry won't do very good against heavy cavalry. And he's got the you can see the step raider archers there, and these guys have got good defense, long range, and are pretty good archers. And as I say, he's got 7 of those. So I think, as I say, it's all about experimenting and trying out army builds and army formations. As I say, we're still trying to feel our way on barbarian invasion, really. Okay, just have a look at his as I say, he's got 7 archers there. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Legion 22, who's got the Romano British faction. Now he has got 4 archers, 2 coastal levies, 7 legionnaires, and he's got 6 cavalry there. Okay, now the archers for the Romano British are not very good. They're only like medium range, medium to short range, and they've got no armor. But you need to bring archers in barbarian invasion, because so many units are susceptible to archer damage. So as I say, you need to bring archers to cover your infantry. Then he's got the British Legionnaires. Now these guys can throw pilers like Roman troops. Okay, plus they got good specifications. They're good solid infantry, these guys. As I say, with the bonus of being able to throw pilers to injure enemy troops before they even get in close. And his coastal levers here, very cheap unit here. Got better specification than peasants. So as long as they stand their ground, they'll soak up enemy missiles as good as any other expensive unit. So, as I say, this is an experimental army of legions here, I think, with the Romano British, the same as the rest of us. And if you notice here, can you see that he's got his monks here, okay? Now, these guys are religious unit, and they give extra morale to the troops. In Barbarian Invasion, morale is very, very important, maybe even more important than an RTW. So bringing a religious unit is important. Okay, and he's got two choices of cavalry with the Romano British. He's got these Sarmatian Auxiliary, or he has got the Grail Knights. Now, the Grail Knights are some of the best cavalry in the game, but there's only 32 to a unit, but they've got fantastic specifications. So obviously here he's made a choice to bring a 54 man heavy cavalry unit instead of the Grail Knights. Okay, so as I say, with Romano British, you've got a choice of 2 cavalry. Okay, and our last teammate is myself, a Spartan commander who has bought the Ostrogoths. Now, this is the first time I've ever bought this faction on Barbarian Invasion, so this is a completely and utter experimental army. I don't know the strengths and weaknesses of this faction. As I say, it's the first time I've ever bought it, so it'll be interesting to see how well I do. I've got 3 archers, 2 spear units, 7 of the infantry, good infantry there, and 6 cavalry. As you can see here, I've got the Goth Raiders. I've got 3 units of the Goth Raiders. As I say, these are supposed to be good archers. They've got good defense and good range, so I just got 3 of those. I say I've got the Gothic Spearmen here. They're good anti-cavalry units, so I'm hoping to use those well against enemy cavalry that attack. And then you've got their elite infantry, which are the Steppe Horde Chosen Warriors. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see how well they do. As I say, I've never bought this faction before, so I've got no idea how they're going to do. I've got a religious unit here. Can you see? I've got the Aryan priests, okay, to give a morale bonus to my my troops there. As I say, morale very, very important on Barbarian Invasion, so to bring a religious unit is very important. And there you go, you've got my my cavalry there, which are the Goth Noble Warriors. Okay, now I've got 7 upgrades on them, an Experience Stripe, Gold Shield, Gold Attack. Okay, so as I say, I don't know how well they'll do. I think they got something like a 26 defense on them with a Stripe, Gold Shield, Gold Attack. So it'll be interesting to see how well they do. So that's my experimental Ostrogoths army, and it'll be interesting to see how well it does during the course of the battle. So there's our team, a very diverse team. It should be a great Barbarian Invasion battle. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Barclayman, who has got the Goths. Now, Barclayman has got 6 spear units, 7 archers, 3 chosen infantry, okay, and 4 cavalry. Okay, so he's gone very heavy on the archers. But once again, just to say, we're all experimenting with these type of armies there. Okay, so there's his spear units there, and he's got 8 upgrades, 2 Experience Stripes, Gold Shield, Gold Attack, and he's got big anti-cavalry bonus. So, there'll be no attacking those units from the front. And as I say, he's got 7 of the really good long-range archers with good defense and good, as I say, good long range there. So it'll be interesting to see how well he does with them. Okay, and they say he's got I think he's got 8 upgrades on his archers as well. 2 Experience Stripes, Gold Shield, Gold Attack. And they say he's just got 3 infantry units there. The Steppe Horde Chosen Warriors. Okay, so just 3 infantry, and he's got just 4 cavalry there. And he has got the Goth Noble Warriors there as his cavalry with just Gold Shield, Gold Attack on by the looks of it there. Okay, so that'll be interesting Goth army there, see how well that does during the course of the battle. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Sid, and this is Sid's 2nd battle on Barbarian Invasion. Now, Sid has got 4 spear units, 5 of the eagle units, 4 of the Plumbartari units, and 6 cavalry. Okay, so as I say, it's only the 2nd battle that Sid's ever played on Barbarian Invasion, so it'll be interesting to see how well he does with this Roman Western unit here. As you can see, he's got a spear unit on the front of his battle formation. Okay, big anti-cavalry bonus there, so no enemy cavalry is going to attack the front of his battle formation there, because they'll run into the anti-cavalry units. Let's say, I think he's got 5 of the comitatances or eagle units there, 122-man units, I think those guys have got. And then you've got the plumbarteri at the rear there. Okay, if you look carefully, you can see the metal darts that they throw. Okay, and I think they may have about 10 of those each, so there's a lot of firepower from these plumbarteri. Okay, so that's a pretty good formation there of Sid's army. Bearing in mind it's only the second barbarian invasion game he's got. Then you've got the Imperial German bodyguard. Now make no mistake, this is a tough unit. You very rarely see this on Barbarian Invasion, but I think my memory tells me that this unit is extremely tough to kill. So that is a good bodyguard unit there, a good general bodyguard unit to have there. I think the general looks pretty tough there. So that's his infantry. Let's have a look at his infantry. So he's got 6 cavalry here, and of course these are the auxilia, Sarmatian auxilia there, with their big swords. He's got 6 of those, so I think that's a good balanced Roman army there. It'll be interesting to see how well he does with that. Okay, and their third teammate is Brotherhood member 8 Ball. Now 8 Ball has got 5 archers, 5 golden band, 3 berserkers, and 6 noble cavalry, and his cavalry are hiding in the woods. Okay, so he's gone for the long-range Lombard archers. Now remember, you've got 2 choices of archers. You've got the short-range armoured archers or the long-range Lombard archers. He's gone for the long-range ones. Okay, there's his berserkers there, Lombard berserkers. Love their pyjama trousers. They look pretty good. The stripy trousers look quite good there. And he's gone for the, if you notice, the golden band infantry. And these guys are tough. They got good specifications. So it'd be interesting to see how well that army does. And as I say, he's got his 6 noble cavalry hiding in the woods. Okay, and that noble cavalry is pretty tough. Okay, then our last teammate is Brotherhood member Mad King. Now Mad King has got 4 archers, 4 cataphracts, a 1 armored camel unit, 9 Sugdian warriors, and 2 immortal units. Okay, now these desert archers have got good defense, got good range on them. Okay, and then we go to the cataphracts. Now we've just gold shield, gold attack on these cataphracts. Have got a massive 35 defense and a huge 9 charge. Now we know we call the cataphracts in RTW the tanks of the ancient world. Well, these guys are the tanks of Barbarian Invasion, because you can see they're armoured from head to toe, and with a massive 35 defense and a massive 9 charge. Make no mistake, these cavalry are very, very serious cavalry, and you could be looking at battle winning troops there with those type of specifications there. Okay, so he's got 4 of those, and then he's got his camel unit. Now remember, these camel units bring fear to enemy cavalry, taking morale away from them. So it'll be interesting to see how well those units do. And then he's got his Sugdian warriors here. Okay, those are Sugdian warriors, and if you look closely, can you see they're carrying effective against armor maces. Okay, so make no mistake, the infantry and cavalry and archers in this faction are really great. So a Sassanid faction, if ever you fancy a game of Barbarian Invasion, these are the kind of guys that you might want to look at. Very good faction there. Okay, now just have a look at, as I say, this is the first time I've bought the Ostrogoth faction here. So this is my formation. As I say, I've got the spearmen at the front of my battle formation here to stop cavalry attacks going in. I've got my elite infantry in behind them, and I've got my priest units behind them. And if you notice, they're in open order, and that's to help to avoid any archer damage if the enemy try to take out my religious unit. Okay, so that's my formation there. And there's my cavalry. Let's say we've got a 7 cavalry maximum here for non-Rome factions there. So, as I say, it'd be interesting to see how well I do with the Ostrogoths, the first time I've ever bought them. Okay, right at the very early part of the battle here, you can see Legion taking one of his fast-moving warlord cavalry units there towards the enemy archers, looking to take them out. Remember, these warlord units, very fast-moving, will outrun heavy enemy cavalry there. And as I say, we've seen Legion do this in RTW. He likes to use fast-moving cavalry units to take out enemy archers there. Decided to back off there as he saw the enemy cavalry just behind those archers. Okay, just pause the game for a second. Now, I'd just like to show you which I think is probably 2 of the best horse archers in the game. And that's these guys here, Clibinari Immortals. Okay, if you look at the specifications of these guys, they are fantastic, and they very rarely suffer damage from foot archers. Their specifications, their upgrades are so good that it seems that foot archers don't hardly cause them any casualties at all. So these guys are really good horse archers, and if you alt attack them, they use effective against armor maces. So make no mistake there, those I reckon probably two of the best horse archers in the game. But meanwhile here you can see the 8-ball has bought his Lombard long range archers up here, and you can see that our Vandals ally here has bought his 7 units of archers forward there to try and combat them. Okay, so as I say here, the Lombard archers, they've got no armor, so their defense is not very great, but they have got long range. Okay, so as I say, with this faction and the Alemanni faction there, you've got a choice of archers, either the long range Lombard archer with no armor, or the short range archers with armor. Okay, you can see Legion's taking his archers forward there, and as I say, Emenestos here with his Vandals archers there has gone forward, and I'm moving my archers forward as well. But I'm very aware here that Mad King with his Sassanids is coming round on our left flank. Okay, as I say, Sassanids very formidable for faction. So as I say, you must always be aware of where they're going, because as I say, with the elite troops that they've got, they can be difficult to stop. Okay, you can see here, I think it's is it 8-ball here going with his fast moving cavalry general trying to take out the archers. But remember those Burgundian lancers there that First Prime have bought are fast heavy cavalry, so they're very good to use. And let's say, because they're fast cavalry, they can then chase down the fast moving armored cavalry general if he gets too close to them. Once again, you can see Legion here charging his fast moving armored cavalry general there across there to try and take out some of the enemy archers. Nice move there by Legion. As I say, he often does that on Rome Total War. You've seen him do that several times there, and he's obviously took that tactic from RTW over to Barbarian Invasion. Okay, so I've got my 3 archers out here facing those Sassanid desert archers there. Okay, and you can see those massive upgraded cataphracts moving towards it. Right, can you see here, I'm firing arrows at these immortal Clibanarii. Okay, my arrows are actually hitting them, but because their specification is so high, because their defense is so high, they've got 2 hit points as well. Obviously I'm not doing any damage to them at all, and they can just stand there and shoot my archer units to pieces with their arrows, and I don't seem to do hardly any damage to them, if any damage at all, because as I say, they got really good specifications, massive defense and 2 hit points. So as I say, they've taken out a lot of my archers there in that 1 unit there. And as I say, you can see that the Sugdian warriors of Sassanid there are ready to be brought over. And don't forget those, as I say, those Sassanid cataphracts have got 35 defense and a massive 9 attack. Okay, so as I say, the Sassanids are a really good faction. As I say here, those, as I say, the Clibanarii Immortals with their 2 hit points and really good specifications there, shooting my archer units to pieces there, along with their desert archers, foot archers there of the Sassanids. Okay, so maybe just bringing 3 archers might have been a bad move there by me. Maybe I need more archers. As I say, it's we're still all experimenting and trying out new army builds, army formations and tactics here on Barbarian Invasion. So as I say, those Clibanarii Immortals really good there. And as I say, you can stand and shoot, foot archers can shoot at them all day and it doesn't seem to do any damage to them at all. They're fast moving as well, so they're a very, very handy unit to have in the Sassanid faction there. Okay, you can see here First Prime's brought his long range Lombard archers forward here to try and take out some of 8-ball's Lombard archers here. You can see Legion once again taking his fast moving warlord cavalry general there forward, trying to take out what's left of the enemy archers there. Nice move here, as I say, by Legion, using that fast moving unit there to try and take out the archers, knowing that he can outrun any heavy cavalry. Right, just pause the game for a second here. Can you see that Barclayman here has got his 6 Goth Raiders, really good long range archers there. He's holding back in reserve. Presumably he'll bring them out when he's ready. Okay, so he's got those 6 archers there ready to use when he's ready. And as I say, over here on our left flank, you can see the Sassanid Desert Archers there, shooting my archer units to pieces with their arrows. Okay, so as I say, those Clibanarii Immortals with their 2 hit points and really good specifications, massive defense and 2 hit points. So as I say, they've taken out a lot of my archers there in that 1 unit there. And as I say, over here on our left flank, you can see the Sassanid desert archers there have done a lot of damage, taken out most of my archers there. And those cataphract cavalry, as I say, with their 35 defense, a massive 9 attack charge bonus there. 9 charge bonus, I mean, that is massive there. As you can see here, those immortal Clibonari immortals have been such a nuisance. I'm trying to chase them down with heavy cavalry. I know I can't chase them because they're fast moving, but I need just to chase them away from my infantry because they've been causing a lot of nuisance to my infantry, shooting into them. He's caused some casualties to that cavalry unit I chased after them as well. And if you notice here, I'm bringing up what's left of my 2 archer units here to try and shoot at them. But my guess is that he may well alt attack with those Clibonari immortals there to take out these archer units. As I say, shooting arrows into them. Look, you can see the arrows hitting them. But as I say, with their 2 hit points and massive defense here, these guys just didn't suffer any casualties at all. And now he's going to alt attack them. You may well see their effective against armor maces in use during the course of the battle here. Bang! As he charges into my archer units. You can see they're still shooting at them, routed that archer unit of mine. So as I say, I think I've got 1 archer unit left now. But this is a nice bit of support here from my ally, bringing his 3 of his archer units over to support my infantry against that Sassanid desert infantry there. Nice for him to bring his Vandals archers over there. Nice bit of support there by Emenistos there. And as I say, you can see the Sugdian warriors here with their effective against armor maces moving forward as well. Okay, so it's going to be a real... If my steppe horde chosen swordsmen take on those Sugdian warriors, I think that could be an interesting little scrap. As I say, over here at the enemy team, you can see that Legion's taking his archers right the way forward now. Okay, trying to target enemy troops there with his archers. He knows that his archers are short range. They're not very effective here, but they've managed to take out a lot of the Lombard archers there that 8-Ball was using. Right, let's just pause the game for a second here. So as you can see, 8-Ball's noble cavalry there. At the rear, he's come out of the woods now, so he's got his 6 noble cavalry ready to charge in when he's prepared to do that. Let's say here, he's got his berserkers and his golden band in behind his ally there, ready to charge in. But as I say, over here on the left flank, you can see that the Sassanids here, very dangerous here, with their effective against armor Sugdian warriors. And as I say, those 2 Clibonari and immortal, those horse archers there, very, very annoying, doing a lot of damage and very difficult to kill. Okay, at this stage of the battle, you can see Sid, who was a very aggressive attacking player here, bringing his Roman cavalry forward here to attack First Prime's archers. First Prime's going to attack this Burgundian lancers, and bang! As he smashes in there. So it's a Burgundian archers of cavalry of Alemanni against the Roman cavalry there of those Sarmatian auxiliary cavalry there. Okay, but don't forget, those Roman cavalry, those Sarmatian auxiliaries would have known that they were near enemy troops there and would have been great outnumbered, so their morale would have been low there, taking those cavalry so far away from their army there. As I say, the number of enemy there would have intimidated them. As I say, so First Prime's Burgundian cavalry did well against those Roman cavalry there, and we managed to take them out. So that's good for our team there. You can see a lot of those Sarmatian auxiliary Roman cavalry dead there. So well done for First Prime there with his Burgundian lancers. Okay, so as I say, that was a good thing for us. But as I say, don't forget, you might see some mistakes and some not very good army builds, not very good tactics here, but as I say, it's all about experimenting and trying out on Barbarian Invasion, which is what we're trying to do here. Okay, now I want to draw your attention to something here that's strange that happened in the battle. Can you see that 8-Ball's berserkers have been activated? Okay, now this is very strange for us because we've got none of our units anywhere near him, so it's not us that's activated those berserkers. And I think what's actually happened here, 8-Ball accidentally has activated his berserkers. Okay, so his berserkers now have been activated, and they go out of his control when they go berserk, and they'll just head for the nearest enemy troops, which is of course our battle line across the way there. Okay, so as I say, we've got no units near these berserkers, so as I say, 8-Ball must have mistakenly activated them, and they will now run towards our troops. Okay, and that could be very costly, because obviously these berserkers with their big morale sapping specifications, their attacking specifications, and that. So as I say, to have activated them by accident now when their team's not prepared properly to attack. See, now what I would do if I was the enemy team, I would be following those berserkers in. I think that's to make the most of the berserker attack. You need to kind of go in with those berserkers to help them. But as I say, you can see them running forward here. And don't forget, mind, if they get too far away from their own troops and they see loads of enemy troops, they can stop running amok through being intimidated by so many enemy troops there. Right, there you go. Can you see this berserker unit is distraught over enemy numbers? Okay, so this berserker unit is so scared by the enemy numbers that it's running into, it has stopped being berserked, if you see what I mean. So it's now deactivated itself. Okay, so that now comes back under the control of 8-Ball. So he can now pull that unit back and use it when he wants to. Okay, but it's so distraught by enemy numbers that it just deactivated itself. But you can see his other two berserker units are still running towards our team there. Okay, but I just thought that was an interesting thing to show you there. That berserkers, if they get too scared, they just deactivate and just become a normal unit. So he needs to pull them back now. So he can use them when he wants to. There's another berserker unit there. Now can you see he's also deactivated? Okay, so he's deactivated as well. Okay, because he was also intimidated by nearby troops, which is of course First Prime's berserkers there as well. Okay, so he's that's another reason why he's deactivated. And there's one more berserker unit going in, and he is still activated as he goes in and bang. And you can see the Burgundian the step lancers are charging forward into that berserker unit, and you can see that last berserker unit of 8-Balls there has deactivated as well. Now you can see here, remember First Prime took out most of the Roman cavalry there. He is now charging in to try and take out the rest of that Roman cavalry there with his Burgundian lancers, fast moving cavalry. Now can you see that Imperial German bodyguard there? Okay, now we talked about that earlier. This is immensely strong unit. Let's just pause the game here. Can you see all the Burgundian cavalry running through it, but it still stood strong. It hasn't routed. That's how tough this unit is. It's one of the toughest cavalry units in the game. And there you go, see all the Burgundian lancers just run straight through it, and it still didn't suffer any casualties and still stood its ground. Okay, so let's pause the game for a second here. Okay, so you can see Sid's Roman army here with his spear wall in front of his main battle formation. Okay, so no cavalry is going to charge at him. He's got his big eagle units to throw their pilers in, plus he's got his plumbarteri units to throw their darts in. You've got Barclayman's got a line of spearmen there, so there'll be no cavalry attack through his line there to run into those anti-cavalry spearmen. And you've got 8-Ball's noble cavalry out the back, plus you've got Barclayman's archers there. There's really good archers shooting into our troops as well. Okay, so that's a general picture of the battle as it stands at the moment at the forward end, if you like. And over on our left flank here, you can see the Sassanids moving forward towards my Ostrogoth units there. You've got those Clibonari and Mortals there attacking my allies' archers. You can see my Vandals ally there being attacked by those Clibonari archers there, cavalry. So I need to probably get my cavalry over there to maybe help against those. But as I say, there's a general overview of the battle as it stands at the moment. Okay, so you can see there, let's say Sid's Roman missile troops there could throw a heck of a lot of missiles into the into our allies' troops there, and those big 122 man units there throwing the pilot. Right, can you see those metal darts and pilers going into our Vandals ally there? Okay, now this is what the advantage of these Roman troops have got on Barbarian Invasion, is so many missile troops. As I say, those plumbarteri can throw, I think it's 10 of those effective against armor metal darts. Right, can you see here my Ostrogoth cavalry I'm now putting against the Sassanid cavalry here. Now this is a big mistake. As I say, this is the first time I've bought this faction here, so I want to see what this cavalry is like against the elite Sassanid cavalry here, the elite Sassanid cataphracts here. So you can see all my cavalry there attacking those two cataphract units at the moment. There's another cataphract unit coming in, and bang, and it smashes in to my chosen cavalry there. I've got my general there as well blowing the rally bugle. Okay, but you can see all my cavalry there against those Sassanid cavalry. You got the Clibanarii and mortars going to charge in there with their effective against armor and maces. Okay, as I say, I've got my general there blowing the rally bugle there, giving extra morale bonus to my cavalry. Meanwhile, over here, you can see that our Romano British ally here, Legion 22, is under a lot of pressure there from the Golden Band infantry, and you've got the Goths charging in there as well. But as I say here, you can see the Legionnaires hold very well here. They've thrown their pilots, so they've done a lot of damage already. But as you can see, they're under a lot of pressure there. And as I say, you got Sid's Roman troops there with all those missiles thrown in there. You can see the damage that they've caused to our ally there, to our Goths ally there, or sorry, our Vandals ally there. You can see the damage there that's been done by those missile troops in there. Okay, but I'd just like to draw your attention here to First Prime's Burgundian Lancers there over in the woods. Now, he's taken out those Roman cavalry that was there. Now, if he can bring them around here, I know it's a bit difficult to see through the woods here, but if he can bring them, say, somewhere over here, he can then charge into the rear of the engaged enemy troops. So watch out for that later on. That could be a good tactic. Let's say you got the Vandals cavalry ready to charge in there, but he won't charge in there because of that spear shield wall there. He knows that that's a big anti-cavalry shield wall there of spearmen. Let's say you can see here that as I say, our Romano British allies under a lot of pressure on our left flank, and also you can see here that those Barclayman's cavalry there is ready to charge in as well into our flank. So a lot of pressure here. But meanwhile here you can see my cavalry fighting those elite Sassanid cavalry there, with more another unit of Sassanid cataphracts charging as well with a 35 defense there, and bang as it charges in there, plus the Clibanarii and mortals charging in there, using their effective against armor maces against my cavalry there. There you are, you can see they're effective against armor maces. Very good there. Pause the game for a second. There you go. So those Clibanarii Immortals, not just great horse archers there, but you can use them, as I say, with their effective against armor maces in alt attack. So as I say there, you can see my cavalry against the Sassanid cavalry there, and I got a feeling things are not going to go very good for my cavalry. You can see that camel unit there, the armoured cavalry camel unit there charging in. Remember, camels take morale away from enemy cavalry, so this unit charging in will not only get a charge cavalry bonus into the rear of my troops, but will bring a fear factor. And you can see my cavalry now, I think, are starting to rout with the pressure of all those elite Sassanid cavalry units pressing down on them. I think the best thing for me to do is get my general away, get my general cavalry unit back over to my infantry there, as I can see my cavalry are going to break there against those Sassanid elite cavalry units. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second there, so you can see all my cavalry now, all my heavy cavalry has now been taken out. Okay, and I'm just trying to get my cavalry general now back across to my infantry to be able to give the general bonus to my infantry. You got those Sugdian warriors there ready to come in with their effective against armor maces. Okay, so here, as I say, you can see Sid moving his Roman infantry in there. You got 8 Bulls Lombard Berserkers. He's activated them now as he wanted to. You can see several of First Prime's infantry pulling back. First Prime's activated his Berserkers too. But as I say, you can see a lot of First Prime's units starting to rout here with the impact of the enemy cavalry and infantry there, and the enemy Berserkers attacking there as well. So I say it's up in the air at the moment there, but those Romano British troops there, those Legionnaires, will hold quite well, and you can see there, you can see Legion 22's thrown his cavalry in there as well. But don't forget, Barclayman's archers are shooting into us all the time. Barclayman's cavalry is ready to charge in as well. Okay, and you've got, as I say, you've got all of Sid's Roman army now. If he brings his army, say, to around about there, that area there, and he could then charge into the rear of our engaged troops there, and that could be the end of the battle. Right, see our Vandals ally here are going to charge his cavalry into the enemy troops, and then goes that cavalry, and bang as he smashes in there, attacking those enemy cavalry and infantry there. That was a nice hit there by our Vandals ally, routed a lot of the enemy troops. Okay, you can see 8 Bull here, our Goths ally Barclayman there, enemy troops charging in there, cavalry charging in there. You can see a lot of enemy troops starting to rout here. I've brought my Ostrogoths over here to cover the rear of my Allies troops are. You can see I brought my Ostrogoths over there facing the Sassanid infantry and cavalry there, trying to cover the rear of my engaged allies. Okay, so that's what I'm doing with my Ostrogoth army there. Okay, but as you can see here, the Burgundian Lancers of First Prime, he's bringing them out of the woods. Now if he takes out those archers of Barclay man there, he's going to get some good kills, I think, and bang, as he charges in there. Now also you've got Barclay man's allies are routing as well, so that's going to take the morale away from those archers, plus these Burgundian cavalry of First Prime taking them out as well. So I'm thinking if First Prime takes out all these archers, he's going to get some great kills there. As I say there, those are almost full archer units there, which he could take out with his cavalry there, and as I say, he gets some really good kills. As I say, you can see Sid here moving his Roman troops forward there into our allies troops. And as I say, you can see that First Prime's berserkers there, his 3 berserker units are still all activated and attacking enemy troops. As I say, you got Barclay man's cavalry attacking our flank. Here you can see the Vandals light cavalry fighting the Sassanid cavalry here. Okay, so our ally there trying to take on the Sassanid cavalry with his light cavalry there, his lancers. So as you can see here, Sassanid cavalry really fighting well. I see these are elite cavalry units there. You can see that Mad King's bringing his Sugdian infantry over here as well, and you can see the effective against armor maces of those immortal units there, and you can see that our allies light lancers there are starting to rout, and he's going to pull them back there before they actually are routed, so that was a good tactical move there. Right, you see Barclay man charging there, bang, as he charges in his cavalry into the flank of our Romano British ally there. Nice hit there. But as I say here, you can see that both, I think it's First Prime and Legion 22's cavalry there has taken out most of the all the enemy archers that were there. So my guess is they're going to get some good kills there, taking out those archers. So well done to them. Those archers were a nuisance to us. As I say, Sid moving his Roman army over here towards us. Remember, those Roman units are very tough. And as I say, he's moving them over there to attack us. You've got Barclay man's cavalry attacking us on the front there. As I say, more Roman infantry there being thrown in against our allies. And as I say, at the rear here, I'm moving my infantry now, my Ostrogoth infantry, towards the Sassanid infantry. Now remember, those Sassanid Sugdian warriors have got effective against armor maces. So as I say, this is the first time I've ever bought this faction, so I'm just testing it out, seeing how good it will do against those elite units. Okay, nice hit here from First Prime coming in, and bang! And he smashes it into the rear of those engaged enemy Roman troops there, and he's bringing in some more of his cavalry, and you got Legion 22's cavalry charging in, and bang as well. Nice hit there. You can see 8 Ball charging in some noble cavalry as well, but we've managed to rout, I think it's Barclay man's general there with that cavalry hit. Yeah, we've routed a couple of Roman units there, and as I say, we've routed Barclay man's general. So that was a nice cavalry hit there from both Legion 22 and First Prime. And as I say, Sid's infantry there still moving for his Roman infantry. And as I say, look at this Sassanid cavalry locked and loaded. Okay, it's a little bit battle damage now, but it's because it's charged into my infantry. As I say, I've got my infantry here facing those, and you've got some Vandal allies infantry there as well, attacking these effective against armor Sugdian Sassanid warriors. Okay, so as I say, this is just an experiment here, just see how well this infantry will do. As I say, that Sassanid cavalry is locked and loaded. Make no mistake there, I got a feeling they're going to charge into the flank of my engaged infantry. Right, you can see that Sassanid elite cavalry coming in with their 9 charge bonus, and bang, as they smash in to the flank of my engaged troops. Now notice I've got my general and my priests there right behind my infantry, so both of us are giving morale bonus to my infantry there, and that's why they didn't break on that cavalry hit. I think the morale bonus that my priests and my general are giving them is making them hold, but look at how they're being pushed back by those Sugdian warriors and that massive cavalry attack here. You can see Legion 22 helping me with his cavalry, and bang, as he charged in his Romano British cavalry in there as well. But as you can see here, my troops are under a heck of a lot of pressure from those elite Sassanid units. Here we've managed to take out the Sassanid general, so that's good news for us. That's taken away the morale bonus from them. I've still got my priests giving a morale bonus to my troops, and I've still got my general cavalry general there as well. But as you can see here, a lot of enemy troops left, and I think I can see Legion 22 and 1st Prime's infantry here closing in on Sid's Roman infantry that he's got left there. Okay, so you can see the Romano British Legionnaires and the effective against armour axemen of 1st Primes here attacking the enemy Roman troops there. So well done to them. You can see several of 1st Prime's cavalry have been routed here as well. So as I say, this battle was up in the air for a long time there, but you can see 1st Prime's berserkers are still activated. Okay, they're battle damaged, but they're still roving the battlefield, taking morale away from enemy troops and killing enemy troops wherever they come across them. So, as I say, they're closing in on Sid's Roman infantry there. As I say, this is only the 2nd battle that Sid's ever fought on Barbarian Invasion, so like the rest of us, he's just experimented, trying things out. But well done to 1st Prime and Legion 22 there. As I say, here you can see my infantry there with assistance from Legion 22's cavalry, and my Vandals ally. You can see 1st Prime bringing some of his effective against armour axemen over as well. I'm pleased that my infantry's managed to hold there, but as I say, the priests, the religious unit there, is probably giving them the morale they need. Okay, we've just routed the last, I think, or most of the Roman infantry that was left. As I say, here you can see once again Legion 22 charging his cavalry in the rear of those engaged Sassanid troops, and 1st Prime charging in some of his axemen as well. So a nice bit of support there by 1st Prime and Legion 22 there, taking out the Sassanids. And as I say there, it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle. There's still some enemy archers left there, but I think from what I've seen there in general, we've managed to go on to win the battle there. Let's say there's a few enemy archer units left there, but I think let's say we've managed to go on to win the battle there. Let's just pause the game for a second. So as I say, it's the first time I've bought the Ostrogoths. I was quite impressed with the way their infantry held there, especially when they got smashed from that Sassanid cavalry, and they still held. But as I say, I've got priests there that was giving them morale, and I had my general there giving them the morale bonus as well from the general there. So that's probably why they held so well. The cavalry wasn't that good. I thought the Romano British did well there. They were under a lot of pressure. 1st Prime did well there with his Alemanni faction. So well done to him as well. And our Vandals ally did well as well. I noticed he had units all over the battlefield, but I think all of the Vandals may have been now taken out. Yeah, I think all the Vandal units of our ally have been taken out now, but he did extremely well at supporting all over the battlefield. So well done to him. So to say there, the enemy are just admitting defeat now. So as I say, very, very rare to see a 4v4, a large barbarian invasion battle there. So first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game there. Really well played, guys. You see, it was an average victory. I thought it might have been close. Must have just gone into the average victory. Highest kills in the game, 1st Prime, 2,291. So well done to Corps leader and founder, 1st Prime there, 2,291 kills. Well done to him with the barbarian faction of the Alemanni. Okay, so that's pretty good. And Mad King with his Sassanids, 1,685 kills. Good kills for Sassanid as well. Okay, so as I say, it's all about experimenting and trying things out. So well done to Brotherhood member Barkley, man. Got some good kills. I think that might be the first time he's used that faction as well. Well done to Sid. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but as I say, it's all about experimenting and trying new things out on Barbarian Invasion. So it doesn't matter who wins or loses. Well done to 8 Ball as well. I think accidentally activating his Berserkers probably didn't help that much. And well done to Mad King, their 2nd highest kills in the game. So really well played, guys. As I say, it doesn't matter who wins or loses. It's all about experimenting and trying things out. That Ostrogoth army of mine, poor kills for me there. Not very good, really. Well done to Legion 22. Got some good kills. Was supporting all over the battlefield with his cavalry. Well done to Nestos with his Vandals there. Got some good kills. He was also supporting over the battlefield. And well done to 1st Prime with the highest kills in the game. And he was hitting the enemy from lots of different directions there. So as I say, very rare to see a 4v4 large barbarian invasion game. I hope you enjoyed it. We play every Sunday evening from 8 PM. If you fancy a barbarian invasion game, would be good to see you. Spartan Commander saying bye for now.